13 asks,
since you guys didn't go to Korea for a study abroad program, how'd you make friends? Did you have Korean friends beforehand, or did you make friends at work?
ooh, that's actually a really good question.
Yes, it is.
Actually, being lonely in Korea can be one of the major reasons why someone might head home. Yeah, it seems that if you come to Korea specifically to like learn the Korean language and go to university here on like an exchange, they have a lot of people you can choose from to be friends with. And everyone's like, go Korea, because they're all here together.
And you're all pretty much the same age group as well if you're students in Korea.
And it gives you an opportunity to meet a lot of Korean people at your university as well as the foreign people living in your dorm.
But if you're here as a teacher, there are two different options. Either you're teaching privately or publicly. If you're teaching at a private school or a hagwon, then you'll be lucky enough to have other foreigners with you in the school, and they could initiate you to the happenings of the city. So they could show you where the foreigner bar is, they could tell you about different clubs or whatnot that they have. So it's a little bit easier if you're that way. But if you're a public school teacher, then you are the only foreigner at your job.
So if you work in a public school like elementary, middle, or high school, you will usually be the only person in the whole school. And then from there, you've got to narrow that down to the amount of people that actually speak English, because you are there to teach English, not to come there and learn Korean.
So that pile of teachers at the school has now narrowed down significantly to only the people that speak English.
I would say it's usually between 3 and 8 people.
Yeah, my school had roughly like 6 or so, I'd say.
Yeah, I had about 8 people. Maybe 3 of them had like really good English.
Little did Martina know that there were 5 English teachers there, and 2 of them were like, what the hell, which one of us suck at English?
Dun dun dun.
So what happened in my situation was that then I was in a little bit of an awkward position, because pretty much all the English teachers there were older married women with kids. So it was a little bit awkward for me to be friends with them, because in Korea it's just not appropriate for a married guy to be friends with a married Korean woman. And for those couple of single girls, it was also a little bit inappropriate because I'm a married guy and I shouldn't be actually making friends with them.
Now, of course, when we were teaching in Canada, that didn't really matter. You became friends with anyone in your office, you know, you went out with them, you had meetings with them. But in Korea, there is that like social level, which does create a little bit of awkwardness when it comes to making friends.
Yeah, even at your school, the person that you became friends with, there was even that awkward social gap.
Yeah, actually my closest friend in Korea, Sokbok. Hi Sokbok, if you're watching, love you. We met in my school and she's older than me, and so technically in Korea, we're not supposed to be friends. She should be like the older person, but she told me that if I called her like Ajima, she would kill me.
You were supposed to, according to rules of engagement, be friends with other people that were your age, but since she was older than you, then it was a little bit awkward supposedly at the school.
It wasn't awkward for us, of course, we didn't really care, but other people were kind of like, oh, that's really unusual that they're friends.
Weird.
Kind of like an unusual thing. So outside of your school, which you spend the most time in, if you don't find anyone that like you mesh well with, you go back to your apartment and that's it. Like there's literally no one around. So you have to make an effort to go out and meet people in Korea. And it's kind of not as traditional as you're used to, you know what I mean?
So for example, if you've been in Korea for a little bit of a while and you have made a lot of friends and you see a foreigner in the streets, you're like, oh my God, it's someone like me. And then you run up to them and you start talking, you could develop a friendship that way. While in North America, if you ran up to a stranger and be like, oh my God, it's a foreigner, it might be a little bit awkward.
You're kind of like a crazy puppy. You're like, will you be friends with me? We can be friends.
Actually, one of our good friends in Korea approaches that way as well.
What's up, Isabel? We're talking about you. So outside of running into people randomly on the street, if you're lucky enough to have a foreign bar nearby, that can be a really great way to meet people. But again, it's very socially weird because it kind of throws away all those ideas of coming in with friends and sticking with friends. You kind of like float. So you might go in there alone and then you might see a group of people and just go up to them and be like, hi, I'm new. Where are you from? What's your name? It's almost like being in like junior kindergarten again, isn't it? Like, hey, can I have your toys? Can I play with you? Because if you don't do that, you will not make any friends. Like there's no way to make friends without just getting yourself out there.
There are other ways that you could get involved with meeting other friends in Korea, like different language cafes or different like trips that you could go on through different programs.
Yeah, they have like adventure trips where you can get together and go ski boarding and snowboarding and
skiboarding. What's skiboarding?
Skiboarding is when you take your skis and then you strap them onto a snowboard and then you snowboard like that, and then when you go off like a jump, you let go of it and there's like a little rocket ship and you're like nah, 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 and you hot dog pose and then you land. It's skiboarding.
I think you just made that up.
I did make it up. That's why I don't have any friends. I'll be your best friend.
Do you want to go out on a date?
That sounds like a really good time.
Hey, why don't we just get married?
We should do that.
I like you.
Do you want to get a dog?
Let's get an ugly dog.
Let's name him Spudgy.
And dye him blue.
And then let's spend all of our time in our apartment making videos and then not socialize.
I just realized that we're very awkward people.
What? Why would you say that, Turtle?
I really think that being a foreigner in Korea who's been here for a while is somewhat similar to being like a vampire.
Is it because you're sexy and hot?
Well, that's one of them, but there's
Is it
another
because you
reason.
sleep at nighttime all the time?
Well,
That was a trick question because vampires sleep during the day. Is it because I burn easily in the sun?
that's one
Is it
of
because
them.
my skin is really pale?
No, I actually have a point I'm trying to get at.
Oh,
here.
please go ahead.
Whenever you watch vampire movies or TV shows, you always hear about the older vampires saying about how upset they are because they can't really make friends or family with anyone because then they're gonna die and just drop off. The same thing kind of happens in Korea on like a micro level, because if you've been here for like a few years the way we have, we've had really good friends that have been here just for like 1 year and then they drop off, and then a new friend will come in and then they'll like move away to another
And we'll
country.
be friends with them for 2 years and we're like, we found our best friends. And then they're like,
And
we're
then
going
they
to
move
Vietnam.
away.
And you're like, oh.
It's like we're mini vampires here.
That's one of the sucky parts. But we do
Get
have-
it? Sucky vampire?
So in a nutshell, you've got to be kind of proactive when it comes to making friends in Korea.
You have to go to them, you have to find them.
Anyways, if you have had other ways of making friends, let us know in the comments.
Or if you want to be my best friend, let me know in the comments.
Oh, dear Simon, will you be my best friend Martina?
Yes.
Yes!
was
Beat you guys
easy.
to it. Hey, new best friend, let's go play Settlers of Catan, not that we're addicted.
So that's it for this week's TLDR. If you have a question for next TLDR, leave your question in the comment section below.
And make sure you check out the comments already asked, and you can thumb them up or thumb them down, and the ones that get to the top, we just might choose those. Or we might just choose another one that has no thumbs at all that we like.
Weren't we supposed to answer the question about babies last week, but then we got
Oh, it
abruptly
got
cut
cut
off?
off, right. Okay, let's try it again.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, so
Here's the real thing. The thing about having babies, it's just